Hello, Trimmer Trading here, um, and I am here to do my weekly review of my trading performance for the last week. Not amazing week, to be honest with you. What happened is that I had only this 4 trades, um, and all losers, but I manual exited them because I realised that once I was in them, I was wrong. Simple as. However, with that being said, my risk management was really good, really, really good. I only ended up losing about 1.3%, which is decent considering my trading rules are that my max risk is 2% risk a week. I managed my positions very well, and so that's what went well. What didn't go well was that I actually the trades I'd been planning for the week before, I didn't take any of them because I impulsively wanted to take other trades that didn't fulfill my strategy. Pardon me, that didn't fulfill my strategy, and as a result, I was punished. So the trades I had lined up was this Aussie dollar short. I've been doing really well of Aussie dollar and Aussie Cad, and this is it. Exhaustion into key level within a really really long significant downtrend, like simple stuff, and I missed it. I completely and utterly missed it. The same with Aussie Cad, same thing really. Exhaustion into a key level, long-term downtrend. These are the only trades I wanted to take, and I had actually one more trade on the horizon, which was a Bitcoin trade. It was a Bitcoin short actually, which I did take. So what happened with this trade? So I did take an Aussie CAD short, and I just took it far too early, and no, that's not right. I took what did I actually take? Aussie CAD. Yeah, Aussie CAD. So we'll go over these trades. We'll start with the gold trade. It was a gold long actually, and I think in retrospect, the actual direction was there, and it was just a bit of a funny market situation. You took this trade here on this candle, 1 hour close, and you were saying, all right, cool, we're gonna long it, and it's gonna go up to it was around here, something like that. And so we're in the trade, and then you saw this candle close, and you're like, nah, that's not right. Um, so you said to yourself, when the 4 hour close is bearish, you'll get out of the trade. You did, and you saved yourself a bit of money. You was also over risked on this trade, so you pulled some off. Now the better trade would have been to wait for this 4 hour liquidity grab here and take it from there, back up to the upside. But I have to say, gold is a fucking bitch to trade, like because of these liquidity grabs. And I don't perform well with gold, so I'm strongly considering taking it off my watch list because I don't really like the way it moves. It's just a bit janky and wicky. So that was the gold trade. We'll have a look at the AC trade. It was an Aussie CAD short, and this was unlucky, but I took it on the. Where did I take it? On the second. Um, was that the second or the first? No, it's the first because it's American time. So I took it on a Tuesday, and usually I say with my trading strategy, don't take any trades until about Wednesday or Thursday. So the trade I took here was CAC. I remember it now. It was here, and it was because of this 1 hour close here. I mean, in all fairness, it it's not the worst trade. So it was this. You had a double top into that within um, within a very very clear downtrend. So that was it wasn't particularly awful. Um, it didn't work out, and then as soon as it broke through, I was like, I'm going to close this trade because I see the momentum is still to the upside. What was bad about this trade was that first and foremost, I was trying to short like this, not really, it's kind of a bullish candle, but more than anything, it was a 12-hour close that I was like, this is crazy. Why would I try short something like that? You know, So that was a dumb trade, and it was just this again. These two trades, just impatience. You had such a good week prior to this, and you've done really well that you just wanted to continue that momentum, but you have to wait for the market to give you that opportunity. So this was unlucky. Well, it wasn't unlucky. It was just too eager. Because really and truly, I should have waited for confirmation. Like this 12-hour close would have been the time to get into the shorts, and you've got a nice range for you to, have your stop loss above, and this would have been better. 2 to 1, take off some of it, and then keep targeting the lows. So that would have been better. Even the 4-hour. You still would have got tagged out. Oh, just near enough in it. So you would have. The best thing would have been to wait for the liquidity grab. But this is happening on the 3rd of February, which was last week. So you would have looked to get in like probably Thursday, or even then would have been good. So yeah, that was annoying. But it has presented opportunity for next week, which I'll talk about in a minute. GJ, this is a shit trade. Like straight up, it was a shit trade. This is it. It's still on the thing. So this is what I saw. I saw a failed higher high and anticipated GJ to correct to the downside. We also had 3-day exhaustion, which I anticipate these candles as exhaustion. The stupid thing about GJ is that like the trend is up. The trend is very much up, and even this daily trend here is up. So it's like why I would think it's finished and just go against the trend is pretty stupid. I mean, you could argue that this is a downtrend here, but yeah. Anyway, so I saw this close and I was like, nah, and I saved myself a bit of money there. And I think GJ will probably continue to push, judging by the weekly momentum. And then the final trade was Bitcoin, and this was a little bit unlucky, but you reacted off it really well. So I had a short planned out here and a long actually, which is just this is frustrating for me, to be quite honest with you. So the long was here, right? I had this long on the table. I had it even marked out. I said it's going to do this double bottom, bang, off we go. And I was getting a lot from the RSI reversal signals into this really significant level. And to be honest with you as well, I was looking at the D12. So you had this higher low exhaustion and then this close. To be fair, I was looking at it here when this hadn't closed. So, and I was like, when this closed here, I was very much like, should I just market entering into this? And then I was like, no, I'm going to stick to my thing. I think it will retest, and it didn't. And then what I had was it went into here, and I was like, cool. I had this prior marked out. This is a higher, failed high area that I was looking at, and we had loads of confluence. We had the 61 fib. It's a 4-hour zone. So I saw this candle here, and I was like, shit. All right, that looks like shorts are on. And was really, really digging down on the lower time frames. I had a head and shoulders pattern here. Took the short here. I got stopped out. I had a really tight one. Got stopped out there. Reshorted, and then so this happened. I'm like, yeah, okay, we're on. And then as soon as I had this candle close, I was like, ah, shit, it's one of these reversals. Liquidity grab reversals, and I came out of the position, saved myself a bunch of money because that fucking happened. But the annoying thing is, if I had this long on, it would have been $12.36. So in reflection, I've learned a lot about this week's trading performance. The main thing I learned was that don't go against D1, H12, or week 1 or 3-day momentum. And what I mean by that is this previous candle close is quite bullish. It's very likely we're going to push up on the next week off the back of this candle close. Obviously in this case not so much, but this is considering what we have here and where it's at and stuff like that. But more than anything, the 3 days was what actually sucked me in for the short, to be quite honest with you. So that was the Bitcoin trade. That was just unlucky, to be fair. I think I traded that well. Aussie Cad, Aussie dollar, not so much. Again, same problem. We had this 3-day close, and we had this 3-day close. It's very likely we're going to push up from off the back of this 3-day close, and we did. So it was like I knew the shorts was on the table. It was just a case of like waiting for it to come in. I still think this has, judging by the week, this candle, I think it's still going to push up a bit. This is why I'm a bit dubious about taking the shorts here. The same with GJ. 3-day candle closes are bullish still. The weekly candle close was bullish. It's likely the week's going to continue to push in. And the same with gold, which is why I took longs on it, but it just didn't work out. Because gold's a janky bitch. But yeah, overall, I mean, not bad. Not a bad week in terms of like how I traded. I'm doing well on the account. I'm still up like 6%, I think. But yeah, 6%. No, near enough 6. So it was there's a few trades that were unlucky, like the the Bitcoin trade I think was a little bit unlucky. But if I'd paid attention to the where Bitcoin could have reversed from, then I would have done better. So yeah, not an awful week. I'm going into the week next week with eyes on Aussie dollar. I anticipate like we're gonna get like a pushback up and then like a janky 3-day candle, 3-day candle close, because this looks quite bearish right now, but we'll see because we might push up a little bit. But there's also scope that this is a new macro higher low, etc., and all of that stuff. So I'm a little bit dubious about this. Maybe I should just trade something with a clearer trend at the moment. And again, the Dixie's a big part to my analysis. This looks like a 3-day, near enough a 3-day bullish higher low within an uptrend. So it's really determined on that. But the weekly candle is rough. So we'll see. We might get like a weekly candle going down, which would, again, like, it kind of makes sense that I feel like we're going to get a little bit of a push up to the upside on Aussie Cad, Aussie dollar, maybe back up here, and that will provide better shorting opportunity. But everything needs to align, and I think the main lesson here is just wait for the right trade to pop up. I don't think Aussie Cad, Aussie dollar, they're the right trade right now. I could be wrong. We'll see what happens further on into the week next week. Regarding Bitcoin, I'm very much liking the look of it. It's probably going to retrace back to, I would say, like the 61s of this to create a macro higher low. So like back to 36 maybe, and then that will provide really good opportunity for longs. Cool, I'll wrap it up there. I think I've done well this week, and I've done really well last month. So yeah, this is my long-term view on Bitcoin. I think we're going to push back up to the 50s, and then we'll see what happens there. And with Aussie dollar, I've got this like mad bull flag formation happening. So we'll see what happens. Same sort of thing with Aussie CAD. We've got like descending broadening wedge, which is a bullish structure. I kind of feel like my overall hypothesis at the moment is that Dixie's going to make lows. It's going to keep pushing down. If it pushes down, then the dollar pairs will go up against it. Like gold should break out with this, but I could be completely wrong. But I can only sort of make judgments on what I'm seeing, and what I'm seeing is like a mad big like failed higher high on Dixie, continuation to the downside. So we'll see what happens. I just want this to really show its hand. Once I know what the direction is properly, then we're good. Because at the moment it's still just a bit like all over the place. So we'll see how this goes. Like, this doesn't look too bearish at all right now. This looks kind of bullish, which again, yeah, we just have to see what happens. Same with Aussie. This does look kind of bearish, but we'll see. Dixie looks bullish in the short term, so yeah, it's a confusing one. That's not good if I'm somewhat confused and I'm not in the right trades right now. I'm quite interested in euro dollar as of current because it's so inversely correlated with Dixie. Like, it's actually 1-to-1. It's amazing. So I picked that up. Oh, fuck. I picked that up last week and whatever. Anyways, I've gone on for too long, but yeah, doing well with my challenge. I will update you next week. Cheers.